So let me share with you guys, for those of you who's working at the JOB right now, all right? I'm gonna share with you my JOB experience, all right? And I'm doing this video because Michael, which is my third student, he texted me, he said, Khang, you know, I had enough with the job. You know, people at my work are just not the environment I wanna be in, all right? Or I wanna be in or I wanna be at. So listen, man, at the age of 18, my wife and I have struggled financially. Those of you who follow me, I tell the story many times. So I got this job, which is about 20 minutes away from where I live, okay? And I was so hungry that, you know, when I first got hired, I said, obviously, I'll do whatever it takes. And the company pays you per hour, but they also pays you, you know, they give you raise according to how much you can produce. So they let this guy, he's also Vietnamese, train me up. And we became really good friends, right? We share food at lunchtime, like we hang out, we talk, everything like that. And I would skip my break, right? Everything I learned, I would go, and all I was focused on is produce for this company, so they can give me raise, right? And and then the thing is, he was at a pay, right? He was at a pay where it's hard for him to get a raise. Like, he's kind of tap out, right? You know, you work for a company, there's pretty much a bar where you tap out, you can't get raised anymore. But dude, I was so hungry that I grind, I hustle, I bust my butt, and then within like a year or year and a half, I was getting paid more than that, well, not more, but almost the same as he was. And then I was getting recognized by, like, you know, the lab manager, my department heads, and then he's starting to get a little bit jealousy and start a little envy, right, with all this recognitions, because he used to be the top producer. Everybody talks about him, right? Everybody comes to talks about him, and all of a sudden I come in, and then, right, I kind of take over his spotlight a little bit. Oh man, dude. So after the 6-month relationship was starting to fall apart, and he was starting to bully me. He would take the products that I created, he'd throw it against the wall, and he would drop some cuss word and all of that. And I know some of you said I can go report it to HR, I can go report it to the lab manager, but all that. But dude, I was brought up in a, you know, I was brought up like in an old tradition way, and especially he was Vietnamese, right? So I have so much respect for him, and plus he was older, so I have a lot of respect for him, and plus when I came in, we become really good friends, and he trained me, he kind of showed me all the ropes, right? Showed me everything he knows, even though that was his job. But I respect so much that I just suck it up, and I suck it up for years. And there were days, I would say that it probably happens about 3 to 4 times a month. I would cry while I was working. I would cry while I was eating. I was crying while I was driving home. That's how bad I got bullied at work, okay? And like, he would say nasty things to me. He would make me do things that, you know, like it's like the job was supposed to share equally. He would make me do like he would make me do that instead of somebody else, right? So, like, you know how you kind of take turn? No, it was me. And he'd do whatever he can to kind of slow me down. But dude, I was so hungry that, you know, because we were financially stressed. So I was trying to do everything. I cut down my lunch time. I cut down my break time. I just want to go and produce for the company, right? So I can get raised. And there were days where I pray, man. I pray, I say, God, you know, please show me a sign, give me a way out of this, right? Like going to work becomes so miserable every single time when it's work time, because I kind of know what I have to face. It's like going back to high school when I got bullied, right? So it was painful, man. I sucked it up for about 2 years, and then finally a position opened up where I got to transfer to a new position, and I said, oh my God, God answered my prayer. Thank you so much. And then after a while, same things start to happen, right? Not as bad, but same things start to happen, right? And then, you know what? I prayed to God that give me another plan. right? Give me another plan. And then the whole, eventually that's where, and then eventually the real estate comes in. You see, so many of you are hating your job because maybe your coworker that you're working with, maybe you feel like you're not being treated right. Maybe you don't feel like you're being paid accordingly for what you're worth. Now listen to me. You should thank your job. You should thank that coworker that is causing you misery, that's causing you a problem. You know why? Because it's them. Because that job that forces you to go outside of your comfort zone, that pushes you, that light the fire inside of you to find another source, to seek another path. If that job, you become comfortable and you're okay with it, or you like it, how are you gonna change? Why would you seek for something else, right? That's why most people don't seek for something else, because they accept, because it was kind of at the borderline where they're okay with it, right? Like you have to be so upset, so like you must hate it and not like it, right? So unhappy and unsatisfied. That pushes you to go seek for something else. And when you seek for something else, right? When you seek for something else, and then when you go at it, and then you look at your job, right? And then when you look at your job, it makes you push even harder to overcome all the struggles, all the obstacles, to make that one thing work, so you can get away from this nightmare. So I feel you. Those of you who are going through it right now, and Michael, I know exactly what you mean, man. I know exactly what you're going through. I've been there. Been there. And let me tell you guys something, man. Working hard is not the key, man. Working smart at the right thing, right? Dude, it's not about always working hard, man. So I used to have a full-time job. Then I also take on, I also come home and work for our little business, but we really own a job. Not like a business. Dude, I was working 2 jobs. I was working from 5 a.m. until 1 p.m., get off, take a shower, come into the mall, sell hair extension from 3 all the way to 9 p.m. Not for 1 month, not for 6 months, not for 1 year, but for 6, 7 years, I did that. And the whole time I was just putting my head down, working. I didn't take a break. I didn't take a break to pull back and to say, hey, is there a better way to make money? Is there a better way to get to where I want? But I was just putting down, grinding. I was trying to save my vacation, save my sick leave, so I can get paid out at the end for like $1,000. And now I make more in 1 month than I did those whole 2 jobs, or whatever you want, the whole 2 thing combined in an entire year. And I work way less now than I was before. And if working hard was the key, then my brother would have been more successful than I am. My brother is extremely hard worker, man. Extremely. Probably outbeat me. Me compared to my brother, I'm probably soft. And and he makes about 60, 70, probably 80,000 a year. Right? Working for a company. And he's working hard. And he's a mechanic. So, knowing what I know now, I just know that working hard is not the key. It's being able to work hard on the right thing, accumulate the money, right? Accumulate the money, then you gotta work smart. Then you gotta start leveraging. But when you start out from the bottom, right? With very little capital, no connections, like you go into a field where you don't know anything, yes, you gotta grind. You gotta put in the sweat, the blood, sweat and tears, the time, and you gotta grind harder than anybody possible. But eventually, once you build up the cash, you have to leverage the cash. Hire a team, hire people onto your team, build a system, take some time back. Use that money, leveraging other people's time, other people's money, so you can spend the time, right, doing the things that you want to do, that you love to do. And also too, as you are trying to grow, as you're trying to scale, put the time into go mastermind, go network, learning from other people that's already been where you want it to be. Buy that knowledge so you don't have to waste the time. That's the best. That's the best to basically cutting, like shorten up your learning curve, right? And it's gonna help you to get you where you want a lot quicker. Because now you have the money to leverage and you'll be able to connect with whoever it is and buy their knowledge and buy the information, you know. And what I mean by buy is, you know, like buy into their circle, take them out for lunch, you know, pay to go to the mastermind, then pay them, take them out, things like that. You know what I mean? Get into the circle so you can accumulate, so you can buy that knowledge. So anyways, you guys, that's all I want to share with you. And what I'm trying to share with you, the whole point here is that if you hate your job, it's not a bad thing, man. It's a good thing. The people that love their job or they're okay with it, like they don't, like they hate it, but they just accept it because they don't want to try something else new because it hasn't hurt them bad enough. They don't have enough of that pain to really try to seek for something else. And even if they try to seek for something else and they try it and it doesn't produce the result in the time frame, they'll bounce back because whatever that job, it's not painful enough. Dude, I hate it so bad, man. I was getting bullied. Dude, so bad. And I wish one day, man, that I can just get out of here. And I'm not trying to be religious, but I pray and I pray and I hope every single time when I drive to work, man, that hopefully today the guy will leave me alone and just let me work in peace. And that's all I wish for. And but at that time, man, I knew that whatever he's doing, it just won't last. Like I knew that his mindset is corrupted and it just won't last. And I knew that God heard my prayer, and that the day that I get to quit the job, it's just around the corner. I don't know when it will happen, but I know it's just gonna happen, right? So anyways, but for the guy, he did it on me, thought it was okay, and then went and did it on somebody else, and guess what? That person doesn't take his crap. Got him fired, and he worked there for 17 years. Probably the best money he ever made. I don't know, 20-something bucks an hour or whatever, right? But do you see what I'm saying, man? Anyways, that's all I want to share with you guys. I hope that this story will touch you in some way. That'll help you push through whatever you're going through right now, and that to let you know I understand what you're going through. But you gotta suck it up. You gotta push through, because maybe your job right now is what's paying the bills. It's what take care of your finance. Why are you trying to get this side gig, the wholesaling, to work for you? And once the wholesaling is bringing in more than what you're making here, then you can quit that job, right? But the decision is yours. That's what I would do. So you guys, take care until next time. I wish you health, wealth, love, and happiness. Take care, you guys. Haven't followed me on Instagram, hit me up on IG. Go to Khang, Khang. Until next time, ciao.